Hey everybody, welcome to another Warships replay. This one, once again in the Attico. This match is on Two Brothers, which is the new map, which is not that popular. Not many people like it. In case it's not obvious already, I really like this ship. Definitely worth it. And it's a fantastic moneymaker. So I have been playing it a lot just to get my credits up so I can slowly crawl my way up the tech tree, and also train up a shit-hot Japanese cruiser captain. Only one destroyer in this match, and he's on our team. The rest is a not quite equal split between battleships and cruisers. Looks like the cruisers are going to rule the day here. Now the Attico is one of the handful of ships that comes with an existing camo pattern. Of course it's just cosmetic, it doesn't actually provide any camo bonus, which is why I've slapped an actual purchasable camo pattern on mine. The other two ships that get it are the Iwaki and the Arkansas Beta.
Taking the lead.
Looks like our team's splitting pretty evenly between the two sides of the map. Nobody's gone middle yet, so small mercies. Holding on to my scout for now, just to get the most amount of time out of it, and also sitting with HE loaded just in case I get a bad angle on whatever comes around the corner first. There's a Cleveland. Sure enough, he's giving me a pretty ropey angle, so I stick with HE for now. If he makes a turn to broadside like that, for instance, AP would be handy, but I decided to hold one more salvo of HE before switching. Meanwhile, we're capturing both A and D. Well, we're not capturing D actively at the moment, we're holding it, but we do have points in it. Once we clear out the enemy from the cap zone, we'll be able to resume our cap, and D Cleveland goes down before my next salvo arrives. The enemy have actually sent a cruiser down the middle channel, which is probably going to end very poorly for them. Or at least it should if our team is paying any attention whatsoever. Meanwhile, I've got AP loaded, and a Pensacola and an Attico get spotted. The Attico is behind cover, so I don't bother shooting at him. I hold my aim on the Pensacola. And at this point I just shit out some torps on widespread to pretty much area deny that entire part of the cap. I'm not expecting any hits from that. That's what I'm using my guns for, but I just don't want him coming in there. Nice big Citadel hit there. Two of them actually. And he's so stunned that he beaches himself in a moment here. Unfortunately there's an island in my way, so I can't finish him off. But he's in a very bad way at the moment. And so he's not likely to last very long. Now, in fact, the enemy have pushed 3 cruisers through the middle channel, and it looks like it might actually work out for them, since we don't have much to really stop them. The destroyer has turned around, the Sims has gone back to try and stop them, and of course there's the 2 battleships to their southeast, but the battleships appear to be ignoring them. Pensacola finally gets himself unstuck. I wasn't expecting much out of that, but I in fact pick up another Citadel before he moves out of my shot. I did decide to take one more here just in case, but the shells don't make it over the island. And here's something really special. It looks like the majority of the enemy battleships never actually left their spawn. And so I quickly switch to HE and look to get some fires burning on these guys. Now, one thing I should note that I don't think has come up before in my videos, you can actually get AP shells to hit below the waterline. It doesn't cause flooding, at least not yet, but it can cause damage to a ship. HE shells, on the other hand, will of course detonate when they hit the water and will not explode against the hull. The reason I bring this up now is I think that the shot there which hit the turret barbette was one that hit just shy of my ship and carried through underneath the surface of the water before punching through the side of the hull. Pensacola is diving down the middle channel, so I don't have to worry about him anymore, and I shift my fire to this New York. Do actually have some support behind me, 2 other cruisers. Once again I launch just a couple torps into the water and see what I can pick up. I am outside range of that New York, but I was hoping that he would move towards me enough that the torps would hit him. As it happens, not quite. But in the meantime, I engage the New Mexico as well, just tossing HE shells all over the place. I managed to finish him off. And then switch back to the New York.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
And you can see the effect of HE both from the incoming battleship shells on me and the outgoing hits on them. HE shells knock out modules like you would not believe. Guns, torpedo mounts, anything that's actually exposed on the deck will get fucked up by HE really, really badly. However, if these guys had actually been shooting AP and if they'd been able to pen me with it, they would have finished me off a lot sooner. Instead, because they are firing HE, they are knocking out a lot of my external modules, including my rudder, repeatedly. And they're also setting me on fire a lot, but they're not actually killing me. Meanwhile, myself and my fire support behind me are able to put a lot of hurt on them. Switch targets, try and get this Wyoming burning.
Problem solved, sir.
Finally, I get my steering back up, but here comes another broadside. That is a lot of shells. And there goes my steering again. I've now got a 44-second cooldown until I can use my damage control team again, and so I'm stuck without steering. However, I can still at least use my guns, although it's kind of awkward with the turrets having to constantly rotate around to try and track the target. So I'm able to keep at least some degree of outgoing fire up. Not as much as I would be able to if I wasn't stuck in a constant turn, but oh well. Wyoming's burning really badly, and I get credit for the kill as he burns to death. I was hoping to get the finisher on this New York as well. He's right on the edge of my range though, and it looks like my lead is just a little off. And in any case, he gets taken down by one of my teammates. That North Carolina is having a really, really good match. There's just 3 enemy ships left, all Atagos. There's one ahead of me in D, who I'm going for, one in A, and one was last seen down to the southwest of B. This guy's harassing other North Carolina. So I go down to help him. We should win this on points. The enemy are a long way behind, even though they do hold all 4 points at this stage. We would have to start losing ships for them to really gain any sort of significant advantage here. The Attigo is in range and lit. So I put a broadside out.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Surprisingly, the North Carolina wasn't actually able to do any real damage to him. The North Carolina should have quite easily chewed him up, even starting out with a hit point disadvantage. But it looks like it's going to be on me to try and finish this guy, and he has a lot more health than I do. Spread my broadside just a little to account for the turn he's making, but I only get a couple glancing hits there. I wasn't leading him quite enough. Finally I score a nice citadel there, and then just blast some torps out into the water to see if he'll drive into them at some point. Which is highly unlikely, especially since he's moving away from me now, but yeah, never hurts to try. As long as there aren't teammates in the way of your torps anyway. Now at this stage I'm in trouble. In fact, I'm probably dead. This fire will almost certainly finish me off, even if he doesn't get any more shots in. But on the plus side, 2 enemy cruisers, a Cleveland and an Attigo, have moved up in support and should be able to finish this guy off even if I can't. What's more, we're now capping A, and these guys should be able to cap D once they finish this guy off. Although it shouldn't matter because once he's dead, we win. I finally go down. But it looks like the Cleveland and the Attigo have got this pretty much handled. And you can see the torps there that I fired earlier running out of range just in front of the Cleveland. Attigo beaches himself. He is done.